Alright, so I know I'm posting this on your video, Brain Police, but I'm also going to address Ludite Romantic should he happen to stumble upon this response. Basically, this question to me was put to bed a long time ago, as I'm sure it was for you guys as well. But, okay, so as far as I understand it, the question is, does morality exist? And what really did it for me, before I was even really interested in philosophy, before I even had a chance to really form my own thought, a friend of mine was explaining to me, and I don't know how I got on the topic, but whatever, that's irrelevant. He was explaining to me that William James at some point had done some work on religion, and quite extensive anthropological studies on societies and different cultures. And so we came to the conclusion, with respect to the question whether or not God exists, that yeah, God exists, because all these societies, people are organizing their lives, are basing their actions and their attitudes on this concept of God that they have. Whether or not they invented it or for whatever reason, they have this concept of God, and it's influencing their lives in some way. And this influence is real. And this influence is because of their concept of God, or because of God. And so that's kind of stuck with me. And I've never actually read any of his work. This is all secondhand. So I guess technically he could have just been making the whole thing up. But even if he's making it up, that line of reasoning seems incredibly just concrete. It's at a very base level. That cannot be argued with. To say that morality doesn't exist is to say that people do not base their actions on what they believe is right and wrong. And that is just not true. You don't need to take 2 steps outside your front door to see that. So, unless I'm just misunderstanding the position altogether, moral nihilism is just really absurd. It just doesn't make any sense. Now here's some interesting circumstances or scenarios. Suppose you have a population composed completely of moral nihilists. So the question is, does morality exist? And the way I would approach it is like this. You got water and land. You got the ocean, you got the land. And I'm sorry, just stick with me here. So, let's suppose we are on a ship, and of course we understand that water exists. We get on the land, walk around, and we pose the question again: does water exist? Because we don't see any water anywhere. Well, it's absurd. We know it exists, and so you have to talk about it in terms of location. It doesn't exist here, it exists over there, but not over here. And really, we don't talk like that. We don't say things exist here but they exist over there. We don't talk like that. We talk about a presence. Are they present here? Is it present there? The question of existence is settled. We talk about where it's present in terms of its locality or whatever. And so morality we might talk about morality in the same sense. The question of its existence is settled. We know that. But in terms of this society where it's made of nothing but moral nihilists, and they don't even know that they're moral nihilists, they haven't developed morality for whatever reason, and I don't even know if that's possible. This is just for argument's sake, because I don't know how they would interact, that would be really strange. But just for argument's sake, morality exists, it's just not present in this location, right? That's pretty much the distinction. So, I guess... And that's kind of, I only bring that up because that would be the only argument where moral nihilists might have a leg to stand on, but I don't think that works either. So, anyways, that's kind of where I stand as a basic plebeian common sense rationality, because I'm certainly not an expert, not well read on this, but it's just, I settled this a long time ago for myself. And I never really gave it much thought after that. So it's just absurd. I don't know what else to say. Anyways, cheers.